Hey Cheryl, so we're diving into quantum ethics today, and this idea of a quantum leap creating an ethical whiplash, it just sounds so intense. What exactly is quantum computing bringing to the table that makes the ethical stakes so incredibly high?
Oh, Shannon, it's huge, really huge. Quantum computing, it harnesses these wild principles like superposition, entanglement, to solve problems exponentially faster than classical computers. We're talking transformative potential in healthcare, finance, logistics. Pair that with AI, boom, breakthroughs like simulating entire ecosystems, designing life-saving drugs in real time. It's totally mind-blowing, but and this is the big but, right? That same power could just amplify existing societal flaws, bias, opacity, surveillance, at a quantum scale. Ethical oversights challenging current AI could become quantum scale distortions, replicating invisibly across billions of decisions. It's a lot to really think about.
Okay, so the power is immense, but you're saying our current ethical frameworks just aren't really cutting it, right? Why are they falling short with this quantum leap?
Exactly. I mean, today's AI ethics, they're based on fairness, accountability, transparency, and they're already struggling with things like data bias or black box models. But quantum mechanics, its probabilistic nature just adds this whole new layer. A quantum AI's decision might stem from entangled variables that are impossible to untangle. It goes from hard to interpret to like impossible to trace. The very notion of explainability could just like totally dissolve. It's a huge problem for a traditional oversight, you know?
Wow, impossible to trace. That's pretty wild to even imagine. So, if explainability can just dissolve, that brings us to opacity beyond comprehension, right? How does that practically play out in like a quantum system?
Yeah, totally. Decisions from complex webs of probability in quantum models can make democratic oversight nearly impossible. Understanding why a quantum loan system or hiring algorithm made a specific choice, it could be akin to asking a tide why it turns, you know? It's that fundamentally opaque. There's this emerging field, XQAI, explainable quantum artificial intelligence, trying to adapt classical techniques, to quantum neural networks. But it's a huge undertaking, really.
Wow, so it's a black box, but like supercharged. It feels kinda out of human control then. Okay, so this opacity beyond comprehension is pretty intense, but you also mentioned surveillance at quantum speed. That sounds seriously unsettling, like dystopian almost. How does that practically manifest?
It is unsettling, Shannon. Quantum AI could analyze massive global data streams in real time, predicting human behavior or political trends with extreme precision. This absolutely blurs the line between insight and manipulation, raising really significant human rights and privacy concerns. It's not just a little faster, it's a paradigm shift in scale and invasiveness, you know? Unprecedented predictive power over human actions, which is really scary.
Wow. So it's not just about collecting more data, it's about like truly understanding and potentially manipulating on a global scale. That's wild. Okay, so on top of all that, there's also quantum vulnerability. Current encryption methods being like super vulnerable. What's the deal there and what's being done?
Yeah, this is a huge, urgent concern, Shannon. Current encryption methods like RSA and ECC, they're super vulnerable to future quantum attacks. The threat of harvest now, decrypt later, where encrypted data collected today can be decrypted by future quantum computers, that highlights the urgent need for post-quantum cryptography, PQC. Organizations like NIST are actively working on standardizing quantum-resistant algorithms to safeguard sensitive data and critical infrastructure. It's not just, oh, maybe someday. It's happening now, you know?
Oh man, harvest now, decrypt later just gave me chills. So it's not just about the future, it's about safeguarding what we have now for the future. That's a huge shift in thinking.
So, considering all these massive challenges, how do we even begin to fix this? The topic mentioned designing ethics into quantum systems rather than just regulation.
Yes, exactly. It's so crucial. Ethics by design means embedding fairness, interpretability, and human oversight into quantum systems from their very inception. We also need quantum specific auditing, developing specialized procedures and mathematical tools to detect bias in probabilistic systems where outcomes are inherently uncertain. And human veto loops are essential, ensuring human judgment remains a critical failsafe within these quantum decision systems. It's all about proactive, thoughtful integration, Shannon, not just slapping on a fix later.
That makes so much sense, being proactive and building it in from the ground up. And what about global collaboration? It feels like this is bigger than any one country or organization, something that needs, a worldwide effort.
Absolutely. Bringing together physicists, ethicists, policymakers, social scientists, it's crucial for designing responsible quantum intelligence. Organizations like the World Economic Forum are actively constructing ethical frameworks, advocating for global governance principles. The call is for global standards as robust as nuclear and climate accords, including shared safety protocols and transparency about capabilities. We've got to prevent a quantum arms race and ensure equitable access and benefits worldwide. It's a huge collective effort that's needed, right now.
Wow, global standards as robust as nuclear accords? That really puts the urgency into perspective. It's a massive undertaking, but absolutely